Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Programming Dunia. Today I am going to discuss about the validation and logging pipeline behavior using to the mediator pattern. So in the mediator pattern we can add the validation logging pipeline. I will discuss more in the detail how we can use and what are the things we need to require for implement the validation in the logging pipeline. So in the mediator I have already explained in my previous video we can do like a pre-processing handler and also the post-processing handler. So here I have some code. I'm going to run this code. Okay. So here, like you can see, we have added the validation pipeline behavior. We are going to inherit the I pipeline behavior. We have a T request and T response here. So what are the requests we are getting? We can add it, and a response like in the mediator we can send the response here. Okay, and also we can going to handle and we are doing some code. I will explain you. So we have already injected this library here. In the I pipeline behavior. One second. Here, I pipeline behavior as a generic and also validation pipeline behavior. Here I have also added one more line number 43, I pipeline behavior, the login behavior. So we can also add the login behavior library with the help of the mediator. Here we have added the login behavior library. Okay, the code I will explain you. Okay. So here okay, I have also added the what are the validator we want to add. Just I can add the all validator. So it does not require to like if you are going to create a new validator, so you does not require to add the validator. Just I have added the whole library, like in the application library I have already added. Okay, so here like you can see if you want to add the specific one, then you can use to the add transient and I validator, then you can pass the particular command where we are applying the particular validator and the validator name. Okay, both will work, but in that case like you have to add each and every line whenever you are going to a new validator. But in the case of the if you are going to add the assembly, then what are the validator you will add, automatically they will handle it. Okay, let's run the code. Yeah, try out. Let's remove first name, last name, run this program. Okay, here you can see I can get the one command. So I have already explained you, like I have already added like add validator. So if I will comment this line, then it will not work because of I have not added. So I have already added like what are the validator in the application library, they can edit. So this is the one of the validator. You can see I validator create employee command. The same thing I have already explained you here. Okay, so I'm going to initialize here. I'm going to F5. Then they are going to initialize the logger library as well. Okay, so we have a two validator here, like a create employee command in the read model. So we are going to add both of here. So what are the like T request library here? Like if I can show you, so this is also T request library. I request library, sorry, I request library, and a command is also the I request library. The I request library. So what are the I request library? They have already added into the particular logger only. Okay. So if you want to put some logger like while requesting response, so you can use to the logger library here. Okay. You can also add validator here. So I have already added the validator, like the first name is not empty, length should be this, last name is not empty, and length should be this. Length should be 1 to 50. Okay. So we have already called this. Now we are getting the response here. So what we are going to do, we are going to create an object for the validation context. We have a request of that. So request we are getting like first name empty, last name empty, and the date of birth. Okay. So we have already created this context. Then we are going to get the response from that, like what are the errors we are getting. So we are getting the validation result. So in the validation result, we can see like we are getting the 4 errors, list of 4 errors. So what we are going to do, task.venall. So what are the validation we need to fire, we can use here. So in the validation, like right now, this is a single validation. It could be the many validation for that. So we can call this validation one by one and we can get the response. Like right now I have only the create command validator. Like we have a create employee, update employee. So like update employee command. So we can get the call each and every validator, and what are the result we are getting, we can put into the validation result. So once we can get the result in the validation result, then we can see the list of errors. So list of error, you can see like a first name not empty, first name between this, last name must not be empty, and last name must be between this. Okay. So here what we have done, it's simple code we have done. Like what are the errors we are going to do? We are going to group by these errors based on the property name and the error message. Okay. So once we can get the group by, then we can get the data of the list of errors based on like what are, like we have a two property errors, then we can get the two data, first name and last name. If we have more than one property, then we can get the different data. Okay. So first name and the value. Value is the error message. Like in the first name, we have applied the two message. First name must not be empty and first must be the 1 to 15 character. The same for the last name here also. Okay. Then I am going to throw the exception here. So what, like in the validation exception, because right now we are going to throw the validation exception because we get some validation error. If we are not getting any validation error, then we will not throw the validation exception here. Okay. See, I'm going to F5 this code. Here you can see the output. Okay. How we are getting this output, I'll explain you to the exception handler. I'm going to again execute this code F5 and okay F5 F5, sorry. So this is the validation action. I have created this class validation exception. So who can contain the list of dictionary. This is the model name, like first name, last name. This is the list of messages. Like the particular field, they have multiple error message. Okay. So okay, I have not added the debugger here. I can just edit the debugger. Yeah. So I have already logged this error. That's fine. Then after, what I am going to do, I am going to handle the error. Okay. So I am getting the validation error, correct? You can see we can get the validation failure error. Okay. So I am getting the status code. So it's simple, like I am going to exception and getting the exception code. So we are getting the sorry, status code is the 400. And then after I'm going to create the error message. So the error message, I am going to do here, if you can go to the get errors. So we have already validation exception, we have already one field that is to the error dictionary. So whenever we are going to throw, then we are passing this data there. So we can get this data through the exception. We are going to cast this exception as a validation exception, and we are going to the list of errors. Okay. Good. Then after, we are creating the response here. So you can see the response. We have a list of two errors, key and also value. They have a multiple value. Then we are going to serialize this error and put into the response. So we are going to return. So this is the output you can see. Okay. So now it's clear to like how the validation are going to getting work. Okay. Now I explain to the login behavior. Login behavior, what I have done, like we are going to handler here. So just I am going to log something. You can log somewhere like a particular log file. Right now I am going to log to the console only. So you can see like in the console I am getting everything. So, okay. So let's see. I can do the one happy path. So that's quite clear to understand how the login behavior will work. Abhishek. Now it's come to the handler. So what are the request I'm going to do? I'm going to create employee command. So just I'm going to put here request create employee command. Then after I'm going to get the type, get the all properties. What are the property of particular request type? So in the request type, I can get the type. Sorry, yeah. Then get the all properties. So you can see that we have a three property here, like m type create employee command. They have three properties. Then we are going to get the value of three property using to the reflection, and going to print this property into the command prompt. Like here you can see Abhishek, first name and link. This is the command, and I can print one more like last name. Here you can see the last name already. Okay. Then after I'm going to call to the mediator so that it will get called. What are the other mediator will get called? You can see once all mediator will get called, then we can get the response. So we can get the response like we are getting the I employee read model, and we are going to print like I employee read model here. Data you can see. No, success. Okay, so this is we can implement the validation pipeline in the login behavior. I hope like I have covered everything. If you have any doubt, anything, just let me know in the comment. So, maybe in the later on I'll create one more video for that. Okay. If you like my video, please share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.